Hello, Jessica, your Rick's here back with another review, and today I'm reviewing set number 70802. It is called Bad Cops Pursuit. It has 314 pieces, 2 minifigures, and it retails for $30 in the US. Of course, this is the Lego Movie set. I got this at Target, and these are just starting to show up in stores, at least in the US. And now let's take a look at the packaging. So here's the box for the set. I have to say I love the box design on here because I love whenever Lego puts a canyon with some water on the back. I mean, it's been done before, but it's such a narrow thing. But I just absolutely dig it up. And you can see that there's only 2 minifigures, which is probably the biggest flaw with the set. And you can see the top right there. It's a very nice box. It's a typical $30 size. And you can see the back right there. So it does fit. It's like the same size as all the other transforming vehicles. But of course, this isn't a transforming vehicle. And you can see the one instruction booklet. It's actually kind of long. Not really any interesting advertisements that aren't in the other sets. But you can still see that they just advertise the movie, and I mean, not even the movie, the video game, and then some of the sets right here, and then it looks like it's the iPhone game, I'm not even sure. And so here's the Emmet in this set, and it's the Emmet that we get in a lot of the other sets, like Lord Business's Evil Lair, the Melting Room, the Getaway Glider, this set, and then the Super Cycle Chase. But it still is an excellent minifigure. I love this Emmet anyways, even though he's so common, and you can see his torso and his legs have very nice printing. Love his hair piece, which is just very detailed, and of course a new mold just for him. And you can see that his back right here, wow, that's an odd transition to the back, has a little piece right here, which is supposedly the piece of resistance, which I just learned today. You can see how that connects right there. There's a hole right there, and then you just kind of stick it like that. So that's a pretty interesting piece. And of course you can see his back facial printing right there, where he's kind of smirking. Then if you take off his head piece and his little neck piece, you can see the back of his torso, which is just kind of a construction printing, which is very, very cute. And now onto the next minifigure. So here's Bad Cop, and this is an exclusive minifigure to the set. It's only really for his face though, because the rest of him does come in this collectible minifigures movie series. So that's kind of a little bit disappointing, and I just have to say that he is a very, very nice minifigure though. I love his torso printing. Unfortunately, he has no leg printing, which is a huge disappointment, but his new helmet mold has some very nice coloring on the helmet. You can see that it's white on this part and then black on the rest. So that looks really, really cool. It is a very nice mold, and it's kind of like very smooth. And on the back, you can see he has some torso printing right there, which is really cool. And here's a really cool part about this set, because he also comes with a new blaster piece. And these only really appear in Star Wars sets for 2014. So that's very interesting, because this piece is really awesome. And I'll just demonstrate it right now. What you do is you push this down, and let me hold it up, and you can see how far that stud's shot. And it shoots really far. Like, I lost one of my studs earlier. And this piece is basically another piece, which you kind of slip in there. I don't want to take it out, but you get an extra one of that too, which is this little part right here. So this gun part is a separate part. So let me see if I can... Yeah, I can't really remove it, but it is a really cool and well-made piece, and a lot of people were complaining about it, but it's actually really fun to play with. And even though it doesn't look the greatest, it's a nice little add-on to the gun collection that Lego has, because we have so many Lego guns. And then the exclusive part of this Bad Cop minifigure is his face, and you can see his face is kind of normal right there. That's how he usually looks. But if you change it around, it reveals Good Cop, and that is just hilarious. I love that scene in the trailer where he kind of changes his head to Good Cop, and it's actually a really cute little printing, and you can find lots of uses with that in Lego City. So that's really cute, and mine has actually a defect right there, which is kind of odd, but the helmet covers it up, so I may not call for a replacement of that. But you can see how Good Cop looks right there. So that is really funny, and I'm glad that they have an exclusive version of this set, so it's not like completely devoid of like exclusive minifigures. So now let's take a look at the build itself. So here's what you get in this set. You get this little bridge part right here, Bad Cop's little speeder vehicle, I guess, and then these 2 little crocodiles. So first I'll take a look at this little bridge, because it is kind of the tallest part, and I'm already zoomed out. And let me remove those right there. And you can see that there's actually a little play function right here, which is really cool, where you push this little back part right here, and the bridge goes like that. So what you're supposed to do is maybe put Emmet like this, and he's standing up. Or let me see how kind of, you gotta put him really loose so he can fall off. So you pull it like that, and you see he falls off like that. So that's actually really cool, and it works really, really well. So that's very nice. And the detail on here is actually cool, because you get these pieces right here, which are becoming more and more common, but I need them because I use them for the Weird Al stage. And I'm like really Like I need a few because I keep on taking out from other sets to add to there. But you can see the detail right there. There's actually a little bit of, like there's like a little frog right there, which is actually pretty cool as a little add-on. And of course it's just a regular frog piece in green, which is nothing really new, but it's nice to get a frog. And for the front part, you can see it just pushes up like that and then it stays like that because there's a little Technic pin right there that kind of keeps it up. So that's really cool. And then there's this little part right here, this little detail that really adds nothing, but it just kind of like sits there as a basic rod. And that kind of adds to the detail of it, which is a very kind of rugged, broken detail. And the back, they have this little seaweed part, or I keep on forgetting what these are called, part. And it's kind of just stuck into the back right there, so it looks like it's some overgrowth or stuff like that on the rails. So that's really nice. And then here's the back part right here, and you can see the lever working. And for the top, it's supposed to look, I guess, like a train track, and that's actually really cool because they got that designed really well. Or a broken bridge. I mean, it could actually pass as any, and it still looks really well designed. And you can see it working like that. And you can just kind of fit any minifigures you want on there. So that's really cool. I'm kind of curious to see how the scene plays out in the movie to see why that's there and stuff like that. So here's Bad Cop's little vehicle, but I want to show the little crocodiles, I believe. I don't know. I live in South Florida. I don't even know if they're crocodiles or alligators. Freshwater is crocodiles, right? You see, I don't even know. And you can see them right there. Of course, they're just a regular piece for them. And they have these little blinkers on top, which make them look like they're remote controlled or whatever. And it kind of reminds me of that Agent set from 2008, because I believe they also had little crocodiles or whatever controlled. Or was it the shark one had them like controlled? I don't know. But you could just see that it's just a little add-on, and they're not really anything special, but it's nice to get them in the set. And right there too. And then the top. So that's cool. But now onto the little vehicle itself. And this vehicle is actually really well made and surprising. The stickers actually add to it, and they're not annoying, sans this one, because I don't really like how this one looks. But you can see the design is very, very sleek. I guess it's supposed to be like a hover police vehicle. I'm not even sure. Of course, I haven't watched the movie yet. But there's actually a really cool play feature under here, but I'll show that later. And you can see this design right here. It's very unique. It's really kind of curvy and stuff like that, which looks really nice. The front right there, there's a hood. And you can actually position it the way you want. Granted, it only moves a little bit, but still, that's really nice. And then there's this little bar right here, which you can kind of position any way you want. But it looks better like this because it looks a little bit like a grill, I believe it's called. So there you go. And then the side right here. And then the little back part right here. And it seems like this tile piece is very, very loose. It doesn't stick on correctly. And you can see that there's actually these little thrusters or flame detail right there. So that's really, really cool. I do like that detail. And it makes it look very, very futuristic. The bottom, there's not much detail there, but then you can see that little play feature right there, and I'll show that right now. Basically what you do is you kind of raise this one up a little bit, and then right here, these, what is it? You gotta do it like this. These stick out like that, and then you put it like that. So that's actually really, really cool, really, really clever. I'll just show on this side too. You just raise it up like this, and then you take out this part right here. What is it? You gotta take it out like that, and then you position it like that. So that's really cool. These aren't like flick and fire or anything, but it's still a very cool detail, and I'm guessing they shoot like laser beams or something like that, so they don't need to be flick and fire. But that's very, very nice. And that's like, I haven't seen a detail like that before, at least to this extent, because you have to like maneuver it like that. That's clever. And for the little cockpit, right here you can see if you take off this part right here, or you just raise it up like that, you could fit a minifigure in there like Bad Cop. Unfortunately, he doesn't really fit with his gun on, unless you position it really, really tightly, like, yeah, so you just gotta kind of put his gun off, and take it off and put it in the back right there, because there's actually a holding space where you could put his gun by taking off this part right here. So that's really cool, because they actually put a compartment there, so he's not too like cluttered or anything like that. Then you just kind of put the Bad Cop minifigure like that on the steering wheel, and he fits perfectly, and then you close it like that. So it's a very, very nice vehicle. I love it. I think that it's probably one of my favorite vehicles of 2014. It's a very, really like, I don't know, it's just kind of sleek and stuff, and it looks really futuristic, and I love it. I would probably maybe remove a few of the stickers and just buy a few of these, and then you got yourself like a futuristic car that you could put in your futuristic city, because I've seen a few of those pop up recently. So one last look at it. Very, very nice. Love the design. Very clever. And now on to the final verdict. Overall, this is probably the most surprising set of January 2014. I thought I was going to not like this set at all, and I was just getting it for Bad Cop. But wow, this set impressed totally. I can't believe it. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite LEGO movie sets of January 2014. Out of the ones I built, I mean, I have to say it's up there with Cloud Cuckoo. Granted, I didn't build the last one, which you guys will see tomorrow. But I have to say, the only major flaw with this set is that there's only 2 minifigures and only one is exclusive with his head. So that kind of really narrows it down. So you're not really getting any like really rare exclusive pieces or anything like that in this set. But the rest of the set, I really love his vehicle. I love this little play feature. I love both of the play features on here. I love this little bridge build or whatever it is. And even the little crocodiles kind of add to the set. It is basically like, it's a combination of a lot of sets that I've seen over the past few years. Ones that come to mind is the Swamp. It was like the Swamp mission of LEGO Agents from 2008, which was like a $20 set. And also the Mandalorian speeder, I believe, which was a summer 2013 Star Wars set. Again, I don't know much about Star Wars, so I probably screwed that up, but that is what this vehicle looks a lot like. But I think they made this vehicle look a lot better than that does. So I'm really just impressed with this set. I would definitely recommend it. Definitely an A, but it's not an A+. I'm glad that we do get the blaster in this set, though. That's really cool because that's kind of a rare piece, and that piece only comes in like Star Wars sets for January 2014. So if you're not into Star Wars, here you go, you got the blaster. And even that's really fun. Like, a lot of people were complaining about it, but once you get to play with it, you're going to be like, keep on playing with it, because that's what I was doing for like 5 minutes when I was building. I kept on flicking it, and I lost one of the studs. But still, that's it for the set, and I will see you guys later. Bye.